What's up? This is Derek.
Jamie Madrock.
Man, this your man's Obi Trice.
This is Ad-Lib.
Yo, what up? This is Spesh One.
This is Spesh K.
Hot Rock's motherfucking Scrat MC.
Breaking
Records.
Breaking Records Radio out here.
This is Breaking Records Radio.
Check them out, man.
Don Carlito.
What up, homie?
How's it going, man?
Good, man. I'm chilling.
You good?
Back, you know?
Yeah.
Been a long hiatus.
Yeah.
Yeah, dropped the new single.
Reloaded.
Reloaded.
Produced by the man Technique.
Technique. Yeah, that's my boy. We go way back.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Well,
Yeah.
how long you guys go back for?
Since 90.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, snap, eh?
Yeah, we were signed to Simply Majestic together. Different groups, obviously.
Yeah.
It was Brothers from the Ghetto. Frank Morel featuring Brothers from the Ghetto, and was B-Kool featuring Simply Majestic.
Okay.
You know? So, same camp.
Yeah.
So we went on tour and blah 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 and got to know each other.
Yeah.
And even after our situation fell apart, we still kept in touch and we started to do some music together.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself anyways. You have a long history in the Canadian hip-hop industry. I mean, you were part of the Get Loose crew.
Yeah.
And then going on from there, what was your solo career? I mean,
I came in before Get Loose crew. I was...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was... My first release... I was with a group called Beat Factory.
Okay.
Which is like Mishi Me, Rumble...
Yeah.
K-Force,
Oh, snap, eh?
Dream Warriors.
Really, eh?
Yeah, so we were in that camp,
That's crazy.
right? This is like 85,
Yeah.
right?
K-Force main source EP
So,
authorized.
K-Force is the dude that coined the term T-Dot.
Okay. I believe Mike Boogie actually told
Yeah,
me that
so-
when I interviewed him as well, yeah.
So I was in this camp with all these cats. Some were more advanced than others, and we were all like, it was all it was made up by Ivan Berry.
Okay.
Ivan Berry formed Beat Factory, and he had some of the best guys from the city,
Yeah.
from all over the place, all over the city, and they formed Beat Factory. And it was like a proving, learning. You learn how to make music and blah blah blah, you know. And he would take the best, and there was like a pipeline. So if you're more advanced, you're gonna go out first.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Whatever. So I got fed up with it because I'm like, okay, I'm at the back. I'm at the lowest man on the totem pole. Everybody else is getting more shine.
Yeah.
I did a track with my boy Devin. He used to be a beatboxer at the time. Then he started rapping, and it got played like crazy on 88.1. But he was more concentrating on like Mishi Me,
Okay.
right? And Rumble. And I'm like, when am I gonna get my shot?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm done with you guys. So I hooked up with Chris.
Yeah.
Because I was going to school with in Don Mills at the time, which is like Flemington Park.
Yeah.
You know? Park Arnaud. Back then it was called Oberly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they were like, yo, we got a group. Since you left Beat Factory, we got a group already, you know, the Get Loose crew. Why don't you come in? You know, because they were already formed.
Oh, so you would have been the last addition to the crew?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
no
were
kidding,
already up and running.
Yeah.
So the MC's name was MC Shadow. And I'm like, okay.
Is that why there's different like MCs on some of the different joints and stuff?
Oh, there was.
Kinda like
I was only on one track.
Yeah.
Of that EP.
All right.
You know, because that was already done.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I jumped on that last song, and we became the Get Loose crew. You know?
Yeah.
So that's how that started. So I was already doing my thing outside with Beat Factory.
Yeah.
And then joined Get Loose crew.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of Beat Factory. That's insane, and that's like Michi
Oh, trust
Me,
me.
Dream
That
Warriors,
was like
K-Force.
that was like camp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was learning how to write bars, and everybody, you know, go to the studio. The studio was taken care of, paid for us. Everybody was like, you know, but like I was saying, like Rumble and K-Force, those guys were like, and more advanced. You know, they were like ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, I was still learning.
And K-Force was down with Main Source, right? Or was it?
Kate, yeah, he had connection with Main Source. I think Extra P. I think he's connected with Extra P. But
Yeah.
those guys are all from Toronto still, right?
Yeah.
So, you know.
It all connects like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So
So with the Get Loose crew, you guys, if I'm not mistaken, did you guys win the first Juno for Canadian hip hop?
no.
Okay.
We put out.
But you had the first gained international sales.
Yeah. Nobody else was doing the stuff that we were doing. They were. I think Ron Nelson put a track out.
Yeah.
B-Boy Destruction, but it wasn't international. It was like local.
Yeah.
You know, we had Electric Distribution that was pushing our stuff,
Yeah.
and that was worldwide.
That's insane.
So, yeah, we were a
You
little
broke
bit
the
more.
door down.
Yeah. Look, quiet as kept. People don't talk about it.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, and that's one thing too. I feel like, sorry, not to cut you off, but I feel like with Toronto hip hop, that's the issue. Like even prepping for interviews with a lot of you guys who are vets in the scene, it's very hard to prep because none of it's written. You know what I mean? The history's there, but it's not written. So it's not until I interview and talk to other people and I start to learn and pick up these things. But I told Chris and Mike and you as well, like I would like to talk to all you guys on a separate note sometime, like, you know what I mean, for a good couple hours and actually document some Toronto hip hop and like, do like a special on the show or something, you know what I mean, for like a month straight or 2 months. And
man.
even like write a little book or something, like, but like, because I think it should be documented.
It
very
should be.
important, and a lot of people don't realize either. And like,
like back to what you were saying about the first Juno.
Yeah.
Like when they gave us the rap Juno.
Yeah.
Which was the year 1990 in Vancouver. Maestro won for best rap.
Okay.
And I won for best R&B soul recording.
Yeah.
You know? So that was the first year, 1990 was when they said, okay, we'll give rap a Juno Award.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And then, so what was the single that you had won it for?
It was called Dance to the Music.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was that released under Don Carlito?
B-Kool. It was a B-Kool featuring Simply Majestic.
Okay.
EMI.
I see.
Yeah.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
Dope. And actually, when I was researching some of your stuff as well, I came across a joint that I had no idea was yours.
Oh, yeah.
Just Like Me, featuring Maestro.
Yeah.
Yo, I remember that shit from Much Music. Man.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, damn, that's Carlito.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
I did the first song. The funny thing about that is, after my deal went sour with EMI, and Simply Majestic burned a lot of bridges in the city.
Oh, really?
And stole a lot of money, and I don't give a fuck who hears this shit. They should know. I got blacklisted.
Oh shit! Just by association.
Just by association. This guy just stole money, and bounced, moved to Florida.
Okay, yeah, Mike spoke about
Simply
that.
Majestic.
Yeah.
Okay, so, this is like 92. So I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get back out because I still want to go. Like, fuck this guy, he took off, so, let me try to do some other shit. Right?
Yeah.
So I did an album and try to get people to take notice, but nobody wanted to fuck with me because my name was basically mud because it was associated with Simply Majestic.
Yeah.
And I'm going by B-Kool, so I'm like, fuck, what do I gotta do? I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna change my name. I'm gonna go as Carlito.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's when the name switch
So
came.
I switched the name, got with Tech, and we did basically a full album.
Yeah.
And we got funding from Factor.
Yeah.
I got video factors, grants, all that. I doubt that would have been possible if they knew it was B-Kool.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Because even with them,
nobody wanted to fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like, yo, who is it? We'll pass.
Oh, no.
I kept, yeah, it's okay. We'll pass. They didn't want to fuck with me at all. So, dude, it was
so
a
it was
fight
almost
just to
not
get
even
my
by
shit.
choice. You had to.
I had to change the name or else,
Yeah.
nobody wanted to fuck with me because of Simply Majestic.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Eh?
And the first single we dropped was Así Como Me.
Yeah.
Spanish.
And actually, that joint I was wondering as well. What's the track at the beginning of that video?
That was
That shit's hard.
yeah. That was supposed to be the follow-up single,
Yeah.
but Asika Momi took off so much,
Yeah.
and that got spins worldwide. So they were like, we want another one of that,
Yeah.
you know? So we're like, okay, we got to do another one. So we were like, should we do a remix? We decided to do a remix called Just Like Me. Asika Momi,
Yeah.
Just Like Me. So it turned out to be not a remix. It turned out to be a whole different song.
Yeah.
You know, we put Maestro on there, it just became a whole other thing. You know what I mean? We were supposed to stay on this track, but it just went somewhere else. Right?
Oh, that's crazy.
That's how Just Like Me came about. I reached out to Maestro, and he was like, yo, let's do it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because coming up too, I mean, that's one thing that really sticks out. I mean, because Maestro was always a huge. I loved Maestro growing up since I was real small. I mean, I remember Stick to My Vision, one of the first hip hop videos I've probably ever actually seen.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And it's still one of my favorite joints to this day. But I
like
mean,
that joint too.
so good. But actually, so what's your Maestro's history then? Because I know that Chris and him go extensively back.
We go back from basically me, Chris, Maestro, all of us. Everybody that was rapping at the time, we all knew each other from around the same time because we were all coming up together, learning and whatever, together. Before there was any record deals.
Yeah.
I knew Maestro from a group called Vision. He was in a group called Vision with his cousin.
Okay.
Yeah. So before the Maestro thing took off, he was coming through the park, Flemington.
Yeah.
Flemington Park is this thing that everybody.
And he refers
even
to
if
that
you're
in Stick to Your Vision as well.
Even if you're from the West and somehow you had to come through Flemington.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. They for some reason or not, Flemington was it's a little mecca.
Yeah.
There was so much stuff going on there, right? And I just coincidentally went to school in Flemington. I never lived in Flemington. I went to school in Flemington. Yeah, yeah. So I knew everybody.
Yeah.
Just from that, going to school there. So Maestro came through all the time. We all knew Maestro from Vision.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Maestro started doing his thing, and there was no more Vision, and then he blew up.
He just became Fresh West.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, man. Tell me a little bit about Flemmo. What was the vibe there? You say it was the Mecca.
You know what it is? It's there's a guy named Hutchie.
Yeah.
Ron Nelson was basically Ron Nelson's right-hand man. Any but time Ron Nelson did a show, Hutchie was the driver for the artists.
Oh yeah.
Hutchie put him up sometimes in his place.
Yeah.
To stay instead of a hotel. So if it's hip hop and all these American stars are coming through,
Yeah.
that was the place to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you saw all these people. We saw exclusive videos nobody had. It was just, I don't know what it was, man. It was basically because of Ron Nelson, because so many of the acts that was performing at friggin' concert hall was staying in Flemington Park because of Hutchie. Yeah.
Dope, man.
Yeah, it
and
was really interesting.
because even to the degree because they had the U.S. versus Canada battles and stuff, right? And KRS and them came down, and I even heard, I believe, was it Big Daddy Kane? Was he there? Yeah. And I heard him recently in an interview talking about coming to Toronto for that.
Yes.
So you know what I mean? That's one thing I really think the Toronto hip hop scene has actually a fingerprint in hip hop as a whole that people don't recognize.
No, man.
A lot longer than Drake or even Cardi or any of this other,
way
you know
before.
what I mean? Much
Way
deeper.
before these dudes.
Much deeper and much longer.
Yeah.
And it's the further back you go, the less documented it is. You know what I mean? And so I think it's important for people
it needs
to know.
be written, documented. People are doing documentaries now,
Yeah.
but it's skewed
Yeah.
to their interests.
Yeah.
I've yet to see a documentary where it shows a broad scope of everything that was going on and not just your little pocket.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know if there's a lot of footage that still exists from those days?
There is footage.
Yeah.
Hutchie has it.
Oh yeah. See, yeah,
But
like
nobody knows how to get in touch with Hutchie.
no kidding.
Yeah. But he's got because he used to have this, those big ass cameras.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, filming all of this shit.
Oh man.
Backstage shit, fucking, concert hall, all kinds of shit. Man.
Oh man, that's gold.
He has crazy video.
That is gold. That's
The guy
crazy.
just dropped out. Yeah, so the history is crazy in Flemmo, man. Like Michi, everybody had to come through Flemington.
Yeah. Snow
When
used
the
to go
parties-
through Flemmo, didn't he?
Snow?
Yeah.
Snow lived in Don Mills, like north, but you had to go to Flemington Park.
To get on.
Yeah, because there would be like concerts in Flemington Park, like competitions, MC competition, beatbox competition, like reggae competition, like DJ competition, every kind of competition. And
No kidding.
I remember one night, Snow, he wasn't going by the name Snow back then. He was Dollar Bill.
Really?
That was his name, Dollar Bill. And he went into the beatbox competition, lost that. So he went into the reggae competition. I can't remember if he won that or not, but he was going into every fucking competition that night. Like, swear to God.
He's like, I'm winning something.
He's doing something, but he was in it, you know? Yeah, man. Dollar Bill. And the funniest thing, so me and Chris, this is like 92.
Yeah.
I got nominated for like award for Kiss 92 at Kiss 92 from
Yeah.
Toronto at Skydome.
Okay.
So right, so
Back when it was the Sky Dome.
yeah, and what was it? The ACC. I think it was ACC, man. Sorry, my bad. It was ACC.
Okay.
92. So we're in the VIP with Snow, right? So Chris goes to me, yo, B, watch this. Yo, Dollar Bill, what's up? And Snow looked around and saw us, and then he just bounced. Really? He just bounced. He didn't want to hear nothing about Dollar Bill at all, man. It was hilarious.
Oh gosh.
I was like, shit, what the fuck, guy? What'd you say? I guess he didn't want to talk about Dollar Bill.
Oh man.
He had to own that, man. That was his name
that's a
coming
part
up.
of your history.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. If I ever get the chance,
Call him Dollar Bill, man.
That would be the that'll get brought up.
Dollar
Trust me.
Bill, yeah.
Keep it real.
Flemington Park, big history in hip hop, man.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
man. I think there's
Even when the first murder in hip hop happened, that was at Flemington Park.
No way.
When Thing put out the song B-Boy Destruction. Ron Nelson.
Yeah.
He put a song out called B-Boy Destruction, and that was the first record
Like
from Toronto hip hop. He
Yeah.
put that out on vinyl,
okay.
right? So it was just for the city. It wasn't international.
That's the one you're talking about. That came out like
Yeah.
like just before
Yeah.
the Goot.
B-Boy Destruction.
Yeah.
Right? Because this guy got murdered in one of the jams in Flemington Park.
Oh snap.
They were saying, oh, rap is to blame and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you B-boys got to settle down in the rap. I forget. You must be online somewhere, B-Boy Destruction.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was one of the first joints. And a lot of stuff came from it. Was funny. KRS was like, yo, you guys are making records over one dude dying? That's how the scene was so like, murder was so new to us. Like,
Yeah.
This is like fucking infancy, like shit. Like, KRS is like, yo, niggas get murdered every day in fucking thing. You guys are making records about one dude?
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like,
Oh,
they were
God.
like, yo, we're like 10 years behind these guys, man. You know? Guys
But
are
at the
getting killed in
time, man-
jams in New York all the time.
Yeah.
Nobody makes a record about it, but we did.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, it was all new to us, man.
That's actually true. Now that you say that, the Rest in Peace record is, I guess I can't really even think historically what the first big Rest in Peace hip hop record was, but pretty historically it's been there for a while, and it's kind of crazy that you say that actually, that no one prior to B-Boy Destruction had done a jam about even like people dying in the park. Maybe KRS with the whole, By All Means Necessary. That might be one of the first like real like Rest in Peace type joints.
By all means necessary. I think
Did someone else?
when you beat Stop the Violence movement, to Stop the Violence.
Was that like that was kind of on par with it, wasn't it?
That was-
Same timing.
think it was after.
Like my philosophy and stuff. And
I think that was after because that was like 80, 86. I think the guy got killed.
Yeah, Scott, in
In the
Flannel.
park. In the park, yeah.
No kidding, eh?
86 or 87, I can't remember. But yeah, it was all new to us, man. It was like early stages, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. So,
It's super interesting.
Flemo has that huge history.
That's
Huge
super
history.
interesting.
A lot of MCs came out of there. Like, people, like, another guy, Stanley, S. Blank.
Yeah.
This dude is crazy talented. You know?
Yeah.
Producer, MC, beatbox, like music writer, like singer, everything. He encompassed everything, guy. He was a great engineer. Dude, it was dope. He's an amazing guy, right? But he just got fed up with the whole thing and just fell out.
Really, eh?
Yeah. His
Seems
father's a big reggae artist back in Jamaica too.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And it seems like a few of the key players, like you said, almost like they just kind of fell out and like got fed up, and
Yeah.
it's crazy though.
Yeah,
Like when
you
you
know.
build something, I think sometimes people don't realize at the time what they have been building, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? And you
Yeah.
abandon shit maybe almost on whim or personal just disbelief or frustration, but at the same time, like you don't really understand or realize the gravity of what you're walking away from.
Yeah.
Like
Basically at the battle, when Bismarcky was battling, it was Stanley
yeah.
he was battling,
No kidding.
my boy, Icy Beats. Yeah, Bismarck was battling those two guys. Like Stanley did everything. He was dope. Still around, but I don't know what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy. The city's got
Yeah.
so much history.
So
man.
I had to, back to me. Like, fuck, I got to
Yeah.
change my whole fucking name, everything, guy, just to fucking get put on.
So then, after that, then once you switched the name, did you prior to the What's the Deal EP? Did you drop anything prior to that
Nothing.
under Carlito? So it was kind of a hiatus, and you had to get everything straight on the behind the scenes, basically, to get to where you were able to put that out.
Once I found out that my deal with thing was done, I put an album together on cassette.
Yeah.
It was called Mellow Madness.
Yeah.
Right? And then I put that out in like '94. Right? So
Yeah.
the deal is done in '93, '94. I put an album out called Mellow Madness.
Yeah.
And the single was Gotta Get Over. So, and I got nominated for a Juno for that.
Yeah.
The kids who won they were called TBTBT, Too Bad to Be True.
Okay.
They had some songs back in the day. I mean, like, you know, actually I went to Big Ticket and I saw one of the guys from the group. Yeah. It was amazing. I'm like, shit, these guys were like with a little teenage group at the time.
Yeah.
You know? But, you know, they won for that. It was Best Rap Recording. I got nominated, and that's when I found out, like, I was blacklisted. Nobody wanted to fuck with me.
Really?
Yeah. So I had to change, like, okay, I'm gonna do the B-Kool, the Carlito thing.
Yeah.
And the single took off, Así Como Me, got grant for that, and then I got a grant for the second follow-up, Just Like Me.
Yeah.
Yeah? But there was so much bullshit going on with my management.
Oh shit, eh?
It was some gangster shit going on with these dudes. Like, they're like middle-aged dudes from Woodbridge,
Yeah.
right? And they were just basically using me to, like, you know, like wash money.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you guys ain't doing nothing for me.
Yeah.
Dude, it was ridiculous. They had a whole office set up in my name. It was fucking empty. And it had a big poster on the front of the window.
Yeah.
So it was like, this is your office. This is what we built for you. You know, this is my, what are you talking about, man? So I'm like, yo, what are you guys really doing? I need to know because I'm not getting any fucking shows.
Yeah.
And you guys are like stagnating my shit right now. So they're like, they put a piece of paper in front of me. Carlito, we can't do nothing if you don't sign this. They want my publishing. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not giving you my publishing. I already been through that bullshit with Simply Majestic.
Yeah.
So I'm not having.
You
I'm
just
not doing
switched
it.
your name. You know what I mean? This is a fresh start.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not giving you my fucking publishing, man. Sorry.
Fuck
They're like,
it.
oh, we can't do nothing. So I'm like, okay, fuck you. And my contract was about to finish.
Yeah.
So I wrote it out, and I started doing shows.
Yeah.
So one of my boys from Ottawa was like, yo, B, your song is hot right now. I had 3 songs on the radio at the same time.
Shit.
I had A Sea Como Me was playing across Canada, Just Like Me come out, and I had another one with Carlos Morgan
Okay.
called Play On.
Shit, eh?
All getting played across Canada at the same time,
Yeah.
which is like basically unheard of.
That is. That's a huge
But
accomplishment.
I'm doing this myself. I don't have a team. I don't have nobody, right? So I go to Ottawa to do a show, and a guy was opening up a clothing store, and he wanted me to do a signing.
Yeah.
So I go there, and I'm doing signing autographs and shit, and I get surrounded by these guys, right? So the owner of the store is like, yo, Carlito, this is such and such, such and such, and such and such, and you know they like your music, and I'm like, oh, cool, man, thanks, appreciate it, cool, yeah, bounce. I'm being driven everywhere, right? So we go to another place, and the guy's like, oh, before we go to that place, I gotta drop in here. So I go. He brings me to a studio. I'm hearing music playing, and here's the same guys around me from fucking the autograph session.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Didn't I see you guys earlier?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, man, we love your music, blah, 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 da, da, da. I'm like, okay, cool, man. I'm like, okay, that was weird. So we go to the club now at the end of the night.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking guys. It's Belly, Masari, and their crew.
No shit.
Yeah, Capital Profits.
Yeah.
They want me to do music with them, but they couldn't come out and ask me to do it, so they're fucking like, stalking me. Seriously, it was crazy. I mean, it was like a setup. You know?
Yeah, you're probably almost thinking like, yo, some shit's
what the
down.
fuck?
Like,
Are you taking me to everywhere? Basically, they got this guy that was driving me around to bring me everywhere they were.
yeah. Like
Because-
they knew
yeah.
him.
Yeah. And I had no clue. So I eventually, listened to their stuff and whatnot, and they were dope.
Yeah.
So their manager,
Shout outs to Belly too on the recent success.
oh,
as well.
Belly's signed,
With
Rock Nation,
yeah.
man, doing his thing. He's dope. Guy, people don't know. Belly wrote everything from Masari.
Really?
Produced a lot of shit.
I didn't realize he
He
produced
didn't
as well.
produce the early stuff. He produced some of it, but Gogs from Swap Studios was the producer. He owned the studio.
Yeah.
But Belly is the writer and producer
Really?
for everything Masari did.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's talented, man.
That's
He's
crazy.
dope. So basically, I got in I was basically part of the fucking Capital Profits.
Yeah.
With Belly and them running everywhere. I was with those guys for 6 months.
Really? Eh?
Fucking back and forth, fucking yeah. I spent a week recording with them.
Really?
Yeah, up in Ottawa. Then they started putting some gangster shit, and I'm like, fuck, guys. Everywhere we go, you start fights and smashing people in the head with bottles and shit.
Yeah.
They roll heavy, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, all right, man.
You got it.
I'm bouncing. Peace. They got pissed off. So they didn't like that because I basically,
Yeah.
fell back. And there was some heated words exchanged, some shit, but whatever. We worked it out, we talked, and I met them a few years ago. We squashed that. It's all done. But the guy is dope. No, you can't say nothing bad about Belly. Belly's dope.
That's insane, man.
Yeah.
So do you guys have tracks from back in those days that are actually accessible?
We have tracks together, but they probably got
They never surfaced.
because it was not. I just went up there to do them a favor because
Yeah.
they wanted me because I was everywhere at the time.
Yeah, and you had the singles out on the radio, exactly, right?
Nobody knew who the fuck Belly and Masari was back then.
So they had the opportunity. They knew you're coming to town. They're like, "Yo, we know this dude. He's driving you out perfect."
Exactly.
Let's check it out. And that, which is kind of respectable though. Like that's kind of shit I could see Jay-Z doing back in like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you gotta utilize every outlet you possibly have, right?
They did shit smooth. Yeah. And the thing is, I never seen anybody
calculated.
roll that heavy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Like that, eh?
Like 50-50 Lebanese and Palestinian.
Oh
dudes.
shit, yeah.
And nobody speaking English, man. Just fucking like.
Because in those days too, you didn't probably have as near as many Lebanese people doing hip hop or anything.
Up in
either.
Ottawa is a huge community.
Yeah.
It's huge. Right? So, and they support each other.
Yeah.
Heavy. No matter what. Yeah, man. I saw that shit firsthand. These guys were living like platinum artists before fucking they sold it, right? It's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, man.
That's insane. Belly would be a really dope interview to get too.
Yeah. Fucking good memories though. A lot of shit. So that was the introduction to fucking like the Carlito shit. The Don Carlito. Did a lot with that though. Did a lot. And then I just, I got fed up with the bullshit. Because once you're independent, you gotta do everything. If you don't have a team,
all by yourself.
Everything I was doing by myself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If I had a team, niggas would have advised me to fucking not do this and do that. Watch out for these dudes.
That's another thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing teams don't get enough credit for, I don't find, in hip hop, is how much shit they can keep a person out of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
if I had a proper team that was like, because it was basically.
Or they could also be the driving factor, but.
Yeah.
The reverse, but.
Chris was there, but he was like in, basically it was just me, him, and it was nobody else. There was nobody else.
No shit, eh?
Yeah. So I decided to I'm done for now.
Fell back for a bit.
Fell back and like, what? Let it go.
Yep.
Whatever.
And
I switched. It was a bad thing because I could have capitalized on the momentum I had.
Yeah. And actually, with that being said, I don't mean to cut off what you were about to say, but that's actually a good question. I find a lot of time in the history of Canadian hip hop, and maybe this could be partly a reason why it's not documented as near as well as it should be. But that happens a lot. Like, I have seen countless times an artist comes out, you see a few singles, you're like, yo, I'm feeling this guy, you know what I mean? You're waiting to get a CD when it comes to HMV or something, and then they just never drop another track. And you're like, yo, what happened? But and so it's funny you say that, you know what I mean? But I wonder if it's a lot of, shady business dealings, a lot of the same type of scenarios, a lot of people working with the same people, and a lot of the same type of uninspiration.
Fucking jealousy going on, dude.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. My shit was bubbling at that time. The reason why I said, fuck all this bullshit.
Yeah.
I was getting played on Kiss 92 like crazy, and they had sister stations across the country. So once it goes there, it was like all dominoes. Over.
Yeah.
It was just going. Flow was the competing station, so they didn't have as much stations as Kiss 92.
Yeah.
But they still had some stations out west, right? I think Mastermind was the affiliate station for Flow.
Okay.
Out west.
Yeah.
And Kiss would call me up, the DJs from Kiss, and be like, yo, we love the track. I want you to do an exclusive for us. Drop our DJ's name in the track. Switch the words up a little bit. Guy, we did that. Anybody who called me from wherever, we would do it like dumplings.
Yeah.
For them. We were getting spins like crazy. The BDS spins was fucking out of there.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. So, one day I got approached, and Chris was right beside me when it happened.
Yeah.
We got approached by Farley Flex from Kiss, from Flow.
Yeah.
He was on Flow at the time. And he's like, yo, Carlito, well, he called me B, because he knows me as B-Kool.
Okay,
He's like, yo, B, man, you got to know how to conduct yourself in a competing market. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, you're doing a lot of things, man, that's not copacetic. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because of Kiss, what are you talking about? Me doing special shit for Kiss? I'm like, guy, if you wanted that shit, I would have done it for you too, man.
Yeah.
Just ask me. I'm just a dude trying to get some spins.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? After that conversation, my shit felt, they stopped playing me at Flow. Altogether.
Really?
Just finished. They blacklisted me.
So damn, it happened twice.
Yeah.
In a sense, I mean, in different standards,
yeah,
but
yeah, different stages, but still. They didn't like that I was doing exclusives for the competing radio station.
why? Because they felt like they broke you, I guess. What kind of?
Maybe. Because they felt like they were the hip hop station, really, and Kiss wasn't really hip hop at the time. They were playing dance.
Yeah.
They were like playing top 40 type thing, and Flow was playing hip hop. So they were like, we are the official hip hop station. Kiss was like, yo, we're playing hip hop now.
Yeah.
We're changing our format. So they were upset because, yo, these guys are Johnny Come Latelys. We've been doing this, I guess, and you're not showing us the love. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude,
All you had to do was ask. That's the only reason I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
So it's almost just a misunderstanding in a huge degree,
It is.
but it's just.
But then they fucking just said, fuck Carl. Carlito,
man.
and just fucking, like, blacklisted me. They stopped playing my shit totally altogether.
Like even Chris said, like when you guys gained momentum with the Get Loose crew,
Mm-hmm.
you guys weren't really thinking about a follow up, right? And then they're like, so what's next? And it's like, we didn't really think about that.
I decided to go solo
Yeah.
and do my own thing. And, damn. That's when I hooked up with Simple Majestic.
Yeah.
Tried to decide to go solo. Yeah, but we only did, because I didn't feel like, I just got thrown into the group.
Yeah.
They were already established.
Yeah. You kind of just came through, did
Yeah.
your 1-2, and
Yeah.
yeah.
There was no hard feelings or nothing like that, man. I was just like, if I had started off with them, it might have been different.
Yeah.
But, I just wanted to get out there and do shit.
So let's move it on though.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit of the history. We got Don Carlito in the place to be if you're just tuning in now. And this guy has been a staple and he's been in the Toronto hip hop scene representing since day one, I can really say.
Basically, I'm from,
Really, day one. I mean, because
there weren't many before.
the stuff you're telling me
Our
even
time.
about, what was the name of the group, my bad, with Michi Me and K-Force.
Beat Factory.
Beat Factory. Like, that's probably the earliest stages I think I've personally heard
Before
of Toronto
us.
hip hop so far.
Before us, it was basically sound crews.
Sound crews.
There were sound crews that had a rapper or an MC on the sound.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I mean, like, there was nothing. But that's where it all started from. With hip-hop in Toronto,
Yeah.
it was a sound crew. And, like, for instance, Sunshine had, K-Force was on the sound. Was on Sunshine.
Okay.
Yeah. And some other people were around there, too. You know what I mean? But every sound crew had their MC.
Yeah.
But when the shit started bubbling, people were like, yo, I can rap. Fuck, I'm gonna go out and make a record.
Yeah.
That's when we came through.
Yeah.
That's when my era.
Well, your first era.
Yeah.
Your first of many eras.
Yeah.
You're still doing it. And
Yeah.
that's what I'd like to move on to now. We got a bit of the history. But let's talk to the people now about what you are currently doing, because you just dropped a new banging single.
Thank
And it's
you.
called Reloaded.
Yeah.
Produced by the homie Technique.
Right.
And yeah, I love it, man. I've
Thank
probably
you.
played it, I think probably at least good 9 or 10 times so
Wow,
far.
appreciate that,
Yeah, I
man.
really
That's
like it
dope.
a lot. Really like it a lot.
Respect, man. Thank you. Yeah, man. I just I've been planning to drop a EP for a while now. So the thing is, I know I'm getting older, and my priorities aren't the same as they used
This
to.
used to be, yeah.
So I can only get into studios when
Periodically.
I'm off work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is taking a long time. I only get to go into studios on weekends.
Yeah.
So
Then if you're booked for something else, then there goes that weekend.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's taken a long time. I don't have anybody giving me a deadline. You know.
Yeah.
So I get in, I do my thing, and I'll put it out as I feel.
Yeah.
You know. So I might drop another. I will drop another single after this, and then I'm looking to drop the album by, I don't know, around Christmas time.
Okay, cool.
Actually, it wasn't supposed to be an album. It was supposed to be an EP.
EP 6-track one?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask
But
that.
my
but-
boy was like, yo, if you're going out, and this is supposed to be my last project,
Oh shit, eh?
you gotta go out with a full fucking album.
Yeah.
People want to, if it's this good, you should drop a real album,
Yeah.
you know? And that was my boy Shiloh, who did the cuts on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cuts are dope on that too.
Shiloh's a
The
beast.
cut, Shiloh actually, yeah, I've heard some cuts he's done on a few other tracks too.
Yeah.
He is a beast.
He's sick. He works with Marco Polo.
Yeah.
He played me an exclusive Jordan.
That's where I do know him from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Polo. He did the cuts on Nostalgia,
Yeah.
I believe.
I can't remember, but he's working with Marco exclusively. Like,
Yeah.
He's that big.
Do you know Marco?
No.
No. But yeah, so you do have the new album coming out then.
Yeah, it's gonna be an album, Reloaded.
Okay, dope.
It's not just a single; it is the name of the album.
Dope.
Yeah.
And so do you have like a good lineup of tracks so far? Or are you still kind of putting in work to figure out?
I'm still working. I got
Dope.
like 8 done,
Dope.
and I'm basically doing 10 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make it like 1 to 10. I'm good.
And
That's
just like a
fucking
good
album.
cohesive project
Yeah.
that you don't need to skip nothing and it's just like
Yeah.
good, man.
Yeah.
That's real dope.
Yeah, boy.
It'd be
Yeah.
cool. If you
Shiloh actually
Shilow's
talked me out of
joint.
it. Talked
Yeah?
me out of doing EPs. Like, yo, man, fuck that. If you're gonna go out, and like I told him, listen, man, this is basically my last project, guy. I'm like, I've taken too long to do between projects, and I don't have any delusions of grandeur. Like I'm gonna sign a big fucking record deal or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just like putting shit out for my legacy.
Yeah.
Right, and to have a catalog. I want to go out with a decent catalog.
Yeah,
of
put it
stuff.
on a proper note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, man, just do a full album and then, let it be. I'm like, okay, you got me. You're right. I'll do a full album and just let it ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope.
So, this is the last project, man. I guarantee you it's my last fucking project, guy. This is it.
And let's-
48, man. I'm 48 years old,
Oh,
right?
shit.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah, man. It'll be my retirement, right? I could retire and go on tour.
One day in 10 years, you might still hear a new little Carlito thing drop or something,
That ain't gonna happen. I'm telling you.
Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me.
Just when you thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Back to the
Okay,
main bag.
I'm reloaded.
Yeah, but Shy was like, yo, guy, we can't use that. It's been used so many times. It's played out. We can't use that.
Ah,
He's
I
like,
know,
okay,
but it's
but
like
I'm
perfect.
gonna use it just in the intro then. I'm gonna use it in the intro.
Yeah.
You killed it, man. It's dope.
Dope, man.
Okay. And he was like, my boy, who's like, yo, I don't think this is your lane, man. It's too hard. You're known for like, just like me, así como me's, type smooth shit, club bangers.
But if you look at the
blah,
joint
blah, blah.
before that, on that video, your follow-up single was supposed to be a joint like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I think it's dope that you finally had the platform to come out and be like, yo, this is what I'm coming with first.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
not playing that other shit. Like, there ain't even a chance for you to hop on that vibe first. You're gonna get the
You
hardcore
don't know
first.
on the shit I went through coming up when I
Yeah.
was signed to Simply Majestic. Because when I was rapping, before I got the deal with Simply Majestic,
Yeah.
it was basically hard shit.
Yeah.
But everybody when they heard my new shit with Simply Majestic, they were like, yo, this guy's commercial, he's soft, he's
Just
going
making
out, this is for the ladies type shit,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't have nobody around me to like, basically everybody, I was like the outcast, because everybody thought they were like hardcore, and here's B-Kool, the soft fucking,
Yeah.
dance music type shit, right? He was doing, right? But I never grew up on that.
Yeah.
When I went into the studio to do that Dance to the Music song, it was a hard beat that they gave me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And next
And then they
time I heard
went
it,
behind your back and
changed
remixed
everything.
it all, and
They
shit.
changed fucking everything.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck, this is it.
That's like some Puff Daddy shit.
I had no fucking say. They just did what they want.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh
So
shit.
basically Tech is like, yo, that's your lane, man. That's what people know you for. I'm like, fuck.
It's
I
like
can do
big
other
Mike,
shit.
but that doesn't mean that's what I, that's not all I bring to the table.
Yeah.
And
You know what I'm saying?
I like your hard shit, man. That's what you got bars, man. Your flow's tight as shit. Like,
Thanks, man.
yeah.
Years of working on shit. And just, I don't consider myself the greatest rapper. I just, know how to put shit together. There's a lot of people that are way better than I am, man. Like Belly, like, yo, your shit's dope, man. I like your shit. But Belly is incredible.
Yeah. Belly's got bars.
I think that guy's fucking like.
Belly's
he
got
would
bars.
freestyle, like, go off for an hour.
I've heard that in other interviews.
Just fucking go off. Like, and he won't stop. It's just like weed, Henny, and fucking just go. It's go time. Yeah, man. I remember being in the studio with him, and that guy was just like, yo, fuck it. Let's freestyle. And I'm like, yo, guy, I did some writtens and shit, right? He was like freestyling. I'm like, yo, I'm not that good of a freestyler. He just goes off.
Can't keep up with that.
No. He's too dope, man.
That's crazy. Alright, man. Well, before we wrap it up, there is one question I like to ask everybody during every interview, courtesy of our co-host Obi-Wan. But if you could take your musical style and translate it into a Mortal Kombat finishing move of your own, what would it do to your opponent?
It would, I wouldn't say rip their heart out, but it would consume and spellbound their mind, that they would be confused and just keel over. Yes, I don't know. That's a finishing move? I don't know, man.
It works. You make it up. So that works perfect, G.
Oh, yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, man. Look out for it.
Thank you very much for coming through.
Reloaded.
Appreciate it very much. And look out for Reloaded. You can check the single right now.
Yeah.
Or you can wait. Well,
SoundCloud,
don't you
check. Go for the SoundCloud. It's on SoundCloud right now. Carlito / Cloud9 Music.
And the track is Reloaded.
Yeah.
Look out for the album coming out at the end of the year.
For sure.
Thank you for coming through, man.
Appreciate it,
Much
man. I got a lot
appreciated,
more
man.
stories, dude, but
Yo, we'll get you
Sure,
through again.
time.
For real, man. For real.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
down.